Thank you for the introduction, Alexander. So I'm Jean, co-founder of Linkurious. Today I'm going to talk about graph visualization and give you a short demo of Linkurious Enterprise. So first of all, what is Linkurious? We are a French startup specialized in graph visualization. We are 2 years and a half old, and we work with customers like eBay, Cisco, or the French Ministry of Finances. You are probably already familiar with the fact that graphs are everywhere. The popularity of graph databases has increased, for example, by 500% in the last 2 years. Neo4j is leading this trend. Its database allows everyone to store and analyze graph data at scale. It's having a big impact for use cases like data center management, fraud detection, recommendation, medical research, and so on. Every day at Linkurious, we hear about new customers who are using Neo4j to extract new value from the connections in their data. Graph visualization consists in looking at data in terms of nodes and edges. It's a very complementary approach to using Neo4j. Graph visualization gives people and organizations the ability to extract insights from their existing Neo4j data and all graph data in general. With traditional data visualization tools, you can, for example, look at the median age of your users or their geographic repartition. Using graph visualization helps you know about who users interact with, what's their circle of influence, the communities they belong to. It's about understanding the underlying network in your data. Interactive graph visualization has the potential to turn everyone into an analyst and make your organization more data-driven. So what does that mean? Let's go over a few examples where graph visualization use cases. So first example, Neo4j is very popular in data center management. It can help run impact analysis in a quick fashion, including in vast and complex infrastructures. In that context, we have experienced that graph visualization can help assess the impact and take countermeasures quickly. Here, for example, I can see on my screen with a very simple graph visualization that my server on the right, that two equipments depends on my server, which is on the right. If that server were to fail, the two applications, the ERP and the CRM, would also be impacted. Graph visualization helps me understand this and work on a backend plan. That's the first example. Neo4j is also very good at identifying fraud patterns in big data sets. For money laundering, for example, as a financial institution, you may look for direct and indirect connections between your customers and blacklisted individuals. We have customers who use Linkurious graph visualization in this context to assess potential fraud cases. Here, for example, I can see that two seemingly normal customers on the left are actually connected indirectly to a known criminal by someone who is in the middle of the screen. As an analyst, that helps me understand what's going on and make an informed decision. So perhaps I can freeze the accounts of the two customers on the left. Another use case is competitive intelligence. In that here, for example, I can see that company A and B are competitors as they target the same market 1. It also appears that through acquisitions, company B is targeting a new market 2 on the far right of the screen. Graph visualization can help me find opportunities. Perhaps here, for example, my company should start investing in market B. So it's a connection that's not already here, but through visualization, I can make that yet to exist connection and find opportunities. So what if your company wants to start using graph visualization to bring more value out of its data? There are a couple of options out there on the market today. So first of all, there's the Neo4j browser. It's a very powerful tool, but it was designed especially for the developers. What that means is that it requires a knowledge of Cypher to be used with any kind of impact. That can be an obstacle for end users who are not familiar with Cypher. There are also a few graph visualization libraries, including D3.js, Tom Sawyer software, Keylines, or Linkurious.js. Linkurious.js, by the way, is open source, high performance, and has a flexible plugin-based architecture. These libraries are great for custom projects, but their integration requires time and resources. Sometimes, and finally, I'm going to talk about the data visualization tools. Sometimes you just want something which is off the shelf, ready to go fast and benefit from the experience of a experienced software editor. Unfortunately, the traditional data visualization tools are ill-equipped for graph visualization. For Click, for Tableau, for TIBCO, you have no direct compatibility with Neo4j. And furthermore, the interface is not optimized for the visualization of graph data. So where does that leave us? That leaves us with a gap in terms of ability to quickly deliver results out of Neo4j, and that's where Linkurious Enterprise comes in. Linkurious Enterprise is the first out-of-the-box solution to search, explore, and visualize Neo4j data in a safe and collaborative way. So let me show you how it works with a quick demo. So I'm going to close this and open up my Linkurious Enterprise instance. So here is the dashboard of Linkurious Enterprise. That's the space I see when I log in into the application. In the dashboard, I can see visualizations that I have created in the past, or visualizations that have been shared with me by some of my colleagues. I also see a search bar right here, where I can type text and find the nodes or edges that match that text in my Neo4j database. And I'm going to do just that and start exploring my database. Currently, I'm connected to a Neo4j instance where I've stored data coming from crunchbase.com, a great website which documents the startup ecosystem. In my dataset, I have information regarding the startups, the investors, the markets, and the locations. We are going to see all of them are connected. So I'm going to be looking for a specific entity within my data, and I'm going to type its name. So one sec. So it's Elon Musk. As you see, I have a bunch of results. The first one is a perfect match, and then I get a close match. I'm mostly interested in the first match here, so I'm just going to click on it. So here is Elon Musk. I can see, I can click on Elon Musk here, and I can access to its properties. So I can see that Elon Musk, first of all, is an investor, so that's its label. It has a name, which is Elon Musk. It has a permalink. It has a picture. It has a URL. I can see all that information quickly, interactively, and it's easy for me to view it. If I want if I look closely at the node that symbolizes Elon Musk, I can see that there's a 11 number next to it. So that's the number of undisclosed relationships of Elon Musk. If I want to view what are Elon Musk relationships within the startup ecosystem, I simply have to double-click on it. And boom, I can see what Elon Musk is connected to. So let's investigate that. So first of all, we can see that Elon Musk has an invested in relationship with PayPal. So I can click on the relationship, see that that relationship exists because in 2000 Elon Musk participated in the C round of PayPal. So basically, he put money into PayPal in 2000. I can look at PayPal and learn more about that company. I can see that PayPal as a node has two labels. It's both a company and an investor. I can visualize that by the fact that PayPal has two colors. It has also a country, which is USA. It has a funding round, which is 5. It has a funding total, which is one. Let me check it. Yeah, it's basically $200 million. And I can also see that it's based in the San Francisco Bay Area. So I can find all about the individual entities. It's fairly easy for me to do. If I want to focus on the actual graph, I simply have to click on properties here, and that panel is closed. I still can inspect the properties of each of my nodes with a right click. So for example, if I'm interested in SpaceX, I'm going to do right click on it. I can see I can learn more about SpaceX, which is a great space exploration company. I can see that it was actually founded in 2002, so 2 years after Elon Musk poured money into PayPal. I can see that it has done 6 funding rounds, and so on and so on. So it's very easy for me to view individual entities and traverse the graph. I'd like to also note that we can see right now that different colors, different sizes are used to represent our data. Let me talk a little bit about that. If I open up the design panel on the right by clicking on the plus here and by hitting design, I can see that my graph is currently colored and is colored according to the category. So if I open up the category bar, I can see that I have 7 companies which are in blue, and they have a rocket icon. If I wanted to, I could choose to cancel, that association. So here, my entities are no longer colored according to their category, but they are colored according to, let's say, according to their country, which is not very interesting here, as we only have US-based companies. So let's go back and choose to color the nodes according to their categories. I can also see that the countries here are sized according to their funding total. So what that means is that the bigger the node on the screen, the bigger the funding total. Visually, I can tell you that SolarCity has raised a bigger funding total than Tesla Motors, which has a bigger funding total than PayPal, which has a bigger funding total than SpaceX, and so on and so on. I can make that visual analysis very quickly just by looking at my screen. If I wanted to focus on something different from the funding total, I could, for example, choose to size my nodes according to the number of funding rounds here. I simply have to hit that button. And once again, I'm able to distinguish just by looking at the screen between SolarCity, which seems to be the company which has done the most funding rounds, and the rest of the companies. So it's very easy for me to do that. I'm going to close that panel for now. So let's go to PayPal. PayPal is a very interesting company because it has triggered a lot of spin-off companies funded by people who either funded PayPal or who worked here at some point. So let's find about the connections of PayPal. If I want to, I can pull all of its connections by double-clicking on it, but I can also query and traverse the graph according to specific relationships or entities. If I want to focus on the companies that PayPal has acquired, I can choose to get the 8 acquired relationships with 8 companies. So I'm going to click on that. And here what I've done is that I've added specifically only the connections of PayPal, which are acquisitions and which relate to companies. But of course, I could also traverse the graph to query the ACT relationships or the invested in relationships, and so on and so on. If I want to, I can do that for a single entity, but I can also select everything using space A. Now I have select all of my entities, and I can choose to get all of their locations, their ACT relationships, to find, you know, if they have specific locations. And for example, I can see that we have some nodes which are linked, you know, by locations. Here we have Palo Alto, and Tesla Motors, Fraud Sciences, and Iron Pearl are located in Palo Alto. Here we have San Francisco, and I can find that Vicarious, Stripe, StackMob are all located in San Francisco. So if there is a PayPal cluster, it's very, I'd say that it's very location specific. It's very near San Francisco. So I can find that by traversing the graph. I've added a bunch of data in my screen. It's still not a lot of data, but it's getting complicated. At that point, I might want, you know, to start asking more precise questions. Up until now, what I've done is simply pull new relationships. Now I'm going to slice and dice the data. I'm opening up the design panel, and here I can choose to filter what I see on the screen according to any property of my choosing. So for example, here I'm interested in specific categories. I'm displaying 3 categories. I have cities, companies, and investors, and I just want, you know, to see the investors and the companies. So I'm choosing these 2 entities. I hit filter, and now I've removed all my cities from the screen. So the graph is clearer for me. Of course, I can combine my filters. So right now I'm only looking at companies and investors, but perhaps I want to focus on a specific country. So here I'm going to hit country. Okay, I just have one country, which is USA. So it's not very relevant. But if I look at state, I can see that I have multiple states. So let's focus on one state. I'm going to choose California. I'm going to filter, and boom! Once again, I've filtered my data. I can, you know, zoom back to assess what I'm looking for. Right now, what we have is let's say that the PayPal network, which is located in California. If I want to, I can, you know, retrace my steps. I can remove the filters that I've added. For example, I can remove the last filter or the first one. I simply have, you know, to click on it. It's very easy for me to do. So in addition to exploring the graph, in addition to slicing and dicing what you see at any given time on the screen, you can also search the data. So I'm going on the top left corner, and here, if I hit it, I can see that I can choose for nodes. I can search for nodes, for edges, for paths, or for patterns. Looking for nodes is very simple. I simply type a text here. So let's type Facebook. I see a bunch of results. So it's I have multiple pages of results. Here I can see that I have 34 pages of results. But if I want to, I can be more precise. I can choose to search only for companies. So I'm going to have less results. And if I want to, I can be even more precise. So I can hit options here, and here I can start to filter my search according to multiple criterions. So for example, I could mention that I want my company, my search, which is for Facebook, to be filtered according to the country. I just want, you know, US companies. I could also specify that I want that company to be in California. And just like that, I can I can filter my data to find a result faster. So here it's my result is Facebook. I'm interested in it. I just click on it, and it's added to my visualization. I can take it, move it as I want. It's very easy for me to do. Just like I've looked for a node, I can look for an edge, or I can also look for paths. So I can choose to look for a path between, let's say, Facebook and Elon Musk. So I'm typing Facebook, I'm typing Elon Musk, and I'm asking to find the shortest path. I see all the shortest paths that match my query. So the first result is a path that goes from Facebook by Elon Musk by going through Peter Thiel and Vicarious. Then I have a second path going through Peter Thiel once again, and then Stripe. I can add a specific path I'm interested in, or I can add all the paths. I'm going to go ahead and add let's say, second path. And now it's added to my visualization. I can, I can contemplate it. So it's Elon Musk here. Then we have Stripe. Then we have Peter Thiel, and then we have Facebook. So I can see that I can see all these two entities. Elon Musk and Facebook are connected. So there's no direct connection, but I just found out about an indirect connections between the two entities. I'm glad to announce also that next week we will announce the fact that we will introduce the ability to do cipher searches within the interface of Linkurious. Just by going to the patterns menu right here, you will be able to type a cipher pattern and look for it within your graph. With cipher, you are able to do more advanced searches and analytics, and that will be part of Linkurious very soon. So that's for the find menu. In addition to be able to search for data, you can also make corrections or add new data. It's the edit data button here, and now I have a few new options to me. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Stripe. If I go on Stripe and choose any property I want, now I can see that I can either edit that property or delete it. I can also add a property if I want to. So with Linkurious, you can manage your data. It's very simple for me to do. If I want to edit the country of Facebook and of Stripe and say that it's maybe a French company, I just do that, and it's saved. It's as simple as that. And now Stripe is a French company, so it's perhaps I should correct this later on. So I can edit data. I can also add new nodes or edges. I simply have to do a right click. Here I can create a new node. Here I can create a new edge. It's very simple for me to do. But I'm pretty satisfied, with my visualization. I've created it by looking at data and simplifying what I was looking for to find specifically the startups and investors in California which are connected to Elon Musk or PayPal. Now I want to export the results to share it with some of my colleagues. I have a few options for that. The first one is to choose the menu and then hit export. Here I can either export my visualization to Excel, to a CSV file, or to Gephi. It's as simple as hitting a button and voila, the result will be exported. If I want to, I can also export the visualization to a picture format. So I can choose to export to PNG or to SVG. And I can also tweak the resolution to match my requirements. It's all very easy. Once again, it's just a few clicks, and I can communicate my results. So that's very effective. I can share my visualization in a static format. and communicate my results with my colleague. But I can also share the visualization as an interactive object. For that, I go to menu and then choose share this visualization. Here I am prompted with a new with a choice which is very simple. I have to type the username or email of one of my colleagues. And then I can choose to either give him read-only rights on my visualization, and then my colleague will be able to view my visualization but not modify it. Or B, I can choose to let my colleague modify the visualization. So I can collaborate on the graph insights I'm surfacing through the interface of Linkurious with my colleagues. Together, we can work collaboratively on that data and answer questions. I'm going to close that menu for the moment. So what we have seen is that with the interface of Linkurious, it's very easy to search for data, to find it, and then to slice and dice it according to what's important for you, and then share the result with your colleague or within your organization. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the dashboard. In my dashboard, now I have a visualization that I've just added. I'm going to call it PayPal Mafia. So that visualization is for me to open up again if I want to, or to share with someone else if need be. It's here, it's stored, and I can open it up again. So let's see how it works. I simply click open. All the data is here with the colors I set, with all the settings I set, with the location also remembered. So I can go back to the dashboard knowing that my work is saved and safe. So that's the interface of Linkurious Enterprise, which helps analysts extract insights from their graph data. In addition to that exploration interface, Linkurious Enterprise comes with a security layer. That security layer is here to help enterprise make sure that the data they have and they let their people access is stored in a safe way. So let's talk a little bit about that. If I want to, here I'm going to show you the admin dashboard of Linkurious Enterprise. From the admin dashboard, I can choose, I can give the settings of my Neo4j server. So it can be hosted on my local machine, or it can be in another machine. It's very easy for me to handle that. Same thing for Elasticsearch, which by the way comes packaged with Linkurious. I can also choose which properties are going to be displayed or not displayed. I can choose which properties are going to be indexed or not indexed. So I have full control on that. What's more is that I can manage my users. So a big important feature of Linkurious Enterprise is that it's compatible with LDAP and allows you to authenticate users. With Linkurious Enterprise, you can make sure that the right people have access to the application. So here I can see, my users. Currently, it's just me, but I could create a new users and use LDAP to authenticate him through that visual interface. And I can also group. Group my users in user groups. So here I can see that I have 3 groups. The first one is admin. The third one is default, but I have also created an analyst group. So let me talk a little bit about that analyst group. With Linkurious Enterprise, you can set access rights for different groups of users and decide what part of the graph they are allowed to view or modify. Here, for example, I've decided that my analysts are not allowed to view the as-city relationships or the as-market relationships, but they are allowed to view the invested relationships. Furthermore, they are allowed to view and modify the acquired relationships. So here I can see that I can control all my data is accessed by my end users. If I want, if I want to say that my users cannot modify the graph, it's fairly easy for me to implement. We have shown that we can do that for the edges. We can also do that for the nodes. Here I can see that as an administrator, I've decided that the users in the analyst group are allowed to view the city and market nodes, but they're not allowed to view the company and investors node. So I can control the access of my data. It's all very very easy for me to do. So let me switch back to presentation mode. Nope. So what I've tried to show you is that Linkurious is a out-of-the-box and enterprise-ready graph visualization for Neo4j. So let me talk a little bit about what it changes. The benefits of using a solution like Linkurious Enterprise are threefold. The first one is that it's for software architects. It provides secure, customizable, and collaborative access to their organization's data. They can quickly deliver some real strong benefits. The second benefit is for business analysts. With Linkurious Enterprise, they have a tool to find answers in complex data, something that is not possible to do with current data visualization tools. It leads to better analysis and faster decisions. And finally, for the decision makers, the main benefit here is that they get the ability to obtain data-driven decisions without the risk and cost associated with the creation of a custom tool. Simply said, the organization doesn't have to reinvent the wheel to benefit from all the exciting benefits of graph technologies. So how does it work? Here is a first schema which shows you the basics. Basically, Linkurious connects to an existing Neo4j instance. It indexes it and gives the end users the ability to search, explore, and visualize the data through a simple interactive visual interface, which is browser-based, by the way. So it's a very simple model. You can deploy Linkurious Enterprise in minutes in your organization. Of course, you can also have more complex architecture. So, for example, next to Neo4j, you can use a data warehouse or a specific graph computing engine like Spark or something else to analyze the data and then write it back into Neo4j. You can also connect Neo4j and other legacy databases. Other applications can access Neo4j, and you can build a solid enterprise-ready architecture around Neo4j and Linkurious. We have a very simple business model. Linkurious Enterprise, which is right here, is based on a per user fee. It costs 1,990 euros per user and per year. But we also have other products which address different needs. With the starter product, we help single users access and understand the data. It costs 990 euros per year. And we also have a toolkit, which is Linkurious.js that I mentioned earlier on. It's a JavaScript graph visualization toolkit to build or improve an existing web application. And that costs 30,000 euros per year and per product. I should also mention that we have startup-friendly terms for the toolkit and for the enterprise. So that's that was my explanation of Linkurious Enterprise. I hope I've helped you understand how it can benefit your company. Of course, if you want to know more, there's a lot of resources which are on our website. starting with the demo. The address is right here. We also have more details about the product. You can go to linkurious.us/product and get the list of features. You can go to linkurious.us/product/docs to get the documentation. You can download Linkurious.js right now by going to linkurious.us/toolkit or by going to GitHub. And finally, you can buy Linkurious on our website. All of this, it's all happening at Linkurious.us. So I suggest that you visit the website. It's a good way to learn more about the product. I'm also happy to answer any questions. You can write me at jean@linkurious.us. Happy to talk and discuss with you and your team and explore how we can help you.